and I'm here to present you how to leverage social media influencers to boost your profits. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about me, and then we're going to get into the training, and then we're going to have some special stuff going on at the end. So stick around. There's some really exciting stuff. But let me tell you a little bit about myself. So the first day of my senior year was everything that changed for me. It was actually very tragic. I'm actually hanging out at this girl's house that I actually kind of liked, had a little crush on. And this was like right on that borderline of when cell phones just became like a thing. And she had her cell phone in her car. So she went into her car and checked her phone, and she had all these missed calls. And one thing you need to know about this girl is my parents have never met her. My grandma definitely didn't meet her. And so my grandma was on it happened to be a wrong number from my grandmother, or not a wrong number, but a missed call from my grandmother at my home phone number. I'm like, that's my number. And I called her back, and she said, Chad, your dad had a massive heart attack, and he's been rushed to Wyandotte Hospital. Don't speed. And during this webinar, I'm going to show you how to speed to your success. I'm going to show you how to speed to your freedom. And I'm going to show you how to speed to your dream lifestyle. When I got to the hospital, I found out that my dad had already passed away. And one of the things that day I realized is that you can stress over money, you can live a life that you don't enjoy, and you can do all those things and still die. So why not go after your dreams? So I didn't want to live a life where I wasn't free. I didn't want to live a life that I was not what I enjoyed. I didn't want to live in a life that I didn't design myself. I wanted to be free. And are you willing to do whatever it takes to live a free lifestyle, to live the lifestyle that you really want to live? So what I learned is after that, I just kind of started all kinds of ventures. I did real estate. I did this and that. One of the times I got into network marketing, I was in several different deals, and I called thousands and thousands of leads. I started having success. I started having people on my team have success. And then due to some circumstances that I could tell you at another time, they all quit, and I became extremely burnt out and depressed. And I got extremely hooked on video games, but then I pulled myself out of the hole, and I decided to actually start doing door-to-door sales, and I actually started doing really well. I started making about 10K a month. And I realized that I needed to make a change, because after doing door-to-door, I would get burned out, same thing. About 3-4 months after doing door-to-door, it's not for a long-term thing for me. And I realized that it wasn't what I wanted to get in for. I realized that I wanted freedom, right? I realized I wanted a lifestyle that I actually enjoyed. I realized that I wanted to have and do the things that I've always wanted to do. And that, knocking on doors, listening to the boss yell that my paperwork was all messed up was not my thing of lifestyle. And so what I did was I started searching I searched for a year or two for the right business opportunity, and I wasn't finding anything. I wasn't finding anything until one day I was sitting there listening to a guy that was making $80,000 a month. But he started explaining his lifestyle. He lived in Tampa, but he drove to Orlando every day. The only vacation he ever had was going to other sales offices. And I realized, even though this guy was making a bunch of money, he couldn't enjoy his life. He couldn't actually enjoy the money he was making. And so instantly, the next day I found a business. I ended up quitting that job. I ended up going and living in a hotel room, and I was able to make enough money to move back time, and I actually made enough money in that business in the first 10 days to get a flight back to Michigan. Then 6 months later, I was able to make my first four-figure day, and now I've made multiple six figures. In the last 3 years, I've been able to speak on stages, travel all over the world, and I've just living an amazing life. But who exactly is this training for? This is for info marketers, it's for affiliate marketers, for coaches, speakers. people that are selling products online, and it's also for people that just want to make a shat load of money passively without a ton of time invested. So what can you expect about this webinar? You can expect that you're going to be able to make money quicker, convert sales faster, build a bigger, more passionate audience, and get what we all really want is true time freedom. On this training, so you'll learn how to leverage social media influencers to attract your super targeted, hyperactive follower. So, and you're going to learn how to ethically bribe social media influencers to sell and be an advocate for your product. And you're going to discover how you can give social media influencers exactly what they want and what they've been dreaming about since they were a little kid, and how you can profit from it too. And because every piece of this process is super important for its effectiveness, make sure to stick around to the end. I want to leave today and where you can actually go out and implement this, and you can actually put this into your business, or be able to launch a new business and use this model to make quicker sales and make more money faster with less headache for you. So can you relate with doing paid marketing, paid advertising, and really having a challenge making it profitable? Do you hate feeling like a salesperson, and maybe you spend more time being trained than actually doing stuff that makes you money? Would you like more people to engage with your videos, blog posts, and social media? Have you had some success that you're yearning to reach more people and make a bigger impact with your work? Are you stuck selling to people that don't respect your time and think they deserve something from you? Do you feel like you're stuck at a certain income level and you just can't seem to move forward? Do you feel, are you an entrepreneur or want to be an entrepreneur, but you really just created another stressful job for yourself? The good news is, these are all symptoms of a larger problem that we're going to solve, and that is that you're just not getting massive exposure to the exact people that want to buy your product or service. Predictably and consistently converting sales every day on demand. Because if you did have one, that you'd have complete freedom to do what you want, when you want, and however you want it. You could work less because you're getting most out of your activities. You could start working with your ideal customer, doing your most authentic work, because your new system gives you space to dedicate more time to get real results. You can position yourself as an authority because your results speak for themselves. What are you about to discover? It comes from a guy that built a $6 billion company, is a celebrity on a TV show you probably watch, and he's a trendsetter and a market visionary that is changing the world of branding. Because once you actually have this, you could get legit hyperactive followers on demand and super influencers to sell and promote for you. Once you know how to give someone true influence in the marketplace, exactly what they've been dreaming for since they were a kid, you could profit over and over. Life will be easy. So this is not an e-commerce webinar, but here's a little gist of what e-commerce is. You find a target market, you find a product that audiences want, and you run Facebook ads selling that product to their exact target market. Only problem, you need to be an engineer with numbers. How can you sell tons of products without being a numbers nerd? How can you help others with this platform? How can you get massive leverage? Influencer marketing. Influencer marketing is when you reach out to someone with a huge following and get them to sponsor a post, get you followers, or have them advocate for your product or service. Here, watch this little video from Damon.
Okay, so what do you see as the biggest opportunity right now in the marketplace that you may not want to fully share, but you just know there's huge opportunity for entrepreneurs who can take advantage of it that would be worth, 10 times the 10,000 to 25,000 people invested to be in this room?
Chad, we can't see that.
And I don't mind.
You can't see it?
I think that there are
Okay, well, you can hear it.
People all around the world right now that have become, pseudo celebrities, and I think that we are going back to the days of.
You can't see it?
No, we can't.
You can't hear it?
Now we can see.
Okay.
Proprietor, you feel like you're dealing directly with the proprietor. No longer is there three forms of separation between you and something you're consuming. You can consume something from a proprietor. And I think that the days that I grew up of needing the rappers and the artists to wear something and talk to the manager and do this and that, and then needing the TV to air it, I think it's a different time now where there are kids in the middle of Australia sitting there on Instagram with 10 million followers, but they're not moving anything but content. And then if you have something else, whether it's a pen, a jacket, a book, a cup, or something like that, and you brand it to that kid, and the average is a 0.5% or 1% go ahead and converts, you can sell something every single week. And if you end up creating an infrastructure where you have 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 of those kids, you can create a total movement.
Awesome.
So imagine if you reach out to a Kardashian and say, hey, Chloe, here's a few $100. Could you post on your Instagram talking about my business system and then put your link in the profile? How many sales do you think you would get? Price varies, but here are some examples of some websites where you can buy something called a Shoutout. I don't see that. Oh, there it goes. All right. So I will shout out your brand on your account. On your account of Instagram followers. I'm guessing this is 287,000 real followers. $10. Let's check out this one. I will shout out your photography on my 131K Instagram page. They're like $5, $10, right? 24-hour success. This would probably be a really good one. This is something that is going to be in the motivational space, mindset space. Could these people be something that you would want to get your business in front of? They have 437,000 followers on their Instagram, and you can reach out to them. And I think this one's maybe like $50 or something. And you can, I think you have to log in on this site to do that. But you could they could put a post up. You write the post and tell them to come follow you on your Instagram, and then click the link in your profile, and you could use it to get leads and sales and all kinds of cool stuff there, and for pennies, really, if you think about it. So here's some websites that you can use to contact influencers. So you can go to buyshoutouts.com, you can go to fiverr.com, and there's a bunch of different ones. I think Shoutout Cart and a bunch of other ones. These have millions, thousands and millions of followers that'll promote your post. How can you get influencers to sell for you? Now this is gonna be a little bit different because you're not buying a shout out, you're actually like renting a spot in their profile. So say you're like renting their link spot or something like that, or maybe they're even just promoting you on a regular basis. It's an ongoing relationship. You're probably gonna have to build something a little bit more for that situation, right? So what you need to do is you need to build more relationship and be able to have a better thing going on. The first thing you want to look for is congruency, right? Congruency. So is your offer going to work with their followers? Now, if you're in the business opportunity space, I would take a look at mindset, travel, luxury, even like you could use a fitness niche if you have a sales funnel that could bridge it, right? There's a bunch of different ones that you want to take a look at and just make sure if it works or not. So rent their link. You basically rent the spot in their bio, but again, you have to do that. So you want to have a lead magnet, obviously, in your things that's congruent with their following. Because the best thing you can do is create kind of a whole funnel that kind of works around whatever niche it is. So if it's a luxury niche, you use a lot of flashy stuff. If it's a motivation niche, you use a bridge page that speaks to why you're in this industry, what really got you, that motivated you, and these people are going to convert. Another one would be network marketing. Maybe there's a big network marketing following, somebody with a big network marketing following that would let you rent their link. You just have to be able to reach out to them, build relationships. We're going to teach you how to do that a little bit later in this process. So again, congruency is the biggest thing. The more your capture page and your bridge page will speak to that audience, the better conversions you're actually going to get. The even better thing would be is if you had a product that really just worked with them. Say you were giving a mindset ebook away as your lead magnet or something, whatever your lead magnet is, just needs to be congruent with that audience. So now these are some websites you can use to find some Instagram. I like Zaymanga is really good. Hypey is a good one. You know, just going to Instagram and finding that. What they do, a lot of these Instagram, if you go to Zaymanga and you look at people with like more than 1 million followers, they will have a lot of them will have Keek, however you pronounce this, and phone numbers and email addresses in their bio that you can actually reach out to them and kind of build a relationship. Send them a message compelling their page, you know, basically like, complimenting, words, complimenting you on how big their page is and how impressed you are of how they're able to do that. You kind of just want to butter them up a little bit, you know, mention that your product and service would be perfect for their audience. It goes back to congruency. Remember to focus on what they want. Social media influencers that build big followings and having monetized well are looking for significance. Yeah, so think about this. They're looking for significance with their audience, right? They feed off those likes and comments. So you want to give them something that their audience is really going to enjoy, that their audience is going to get value. If you're sucking away from them, they don't like that, right? You want to ensure them that again, valuable for the audience, be willing to follow up and get on a phone call with them and build more of a relationship. See, this is different, right? You know, we've all been taught, you know, you don't necessarily want to use the phone to prospect, but this is the thing. This person could make you thousands and thousands of dollars. You want to take the time to build that relationship and get to know them, right? That's if it's a long-term thing, obviously. Find things in common, talk about things other than business, ask them how long they've been in their industry, find out what they do, if they're doing this full-time or part-time, find out why they started their page, right? Expand their why, find out why they're doing it, and expand, you know, what would money be able to do for them, right? Having them be able to imagine themselves in their future. So can you make use of these ideas to create a business that you love and works for you? Yes, you can. And can you be happier and more stress-free and 10x? Could you imagine if you had, you know, 5 to 10 influencers all promoting your current business? Well, yes, you can, right? But what if you could really just give them exactly what they want, right? Imagine being able to earn money by giving social media influencers exactly what they want. Now, Shop Influencer is a groundbreaking platform where we create custom products for social media influencers, and then we allow you to profit from them. Now, this is our, so we help social media influencers profit from their brand. What if you could really give them, so best thing is you could profit every sale that they make. So here you go. So this is some stats for you. There are thousands of people, now almost 6,000 people with over 1 million followers on just Instagram alone. And there's over 100,000 accounts that have more than 100,000 followers. And most are not promoting anything besides content. They have their followers, but make little money off their brand.
You know, can you hear me, Chad?
Yes, I can.
Yeah, I was just going to say on that point, is that when Chad and I were looking at this and like going out in the scope of the market and looking at like Instagram and Facebook and some of these things, from what he's saying here is like there's people out here that have so much potential to do things, but they just don't know how, and that's a big opportunity.
Yeah, most definitely, man. It's crazy how underutilized there is. And I'll give you guys an example of a story that I had just the other day. About a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago now, I messaged this fan page that I've been following on my personal Facebook. And I just said, hey, you know, how are you making money from this page? I have this site that what we do is we help influencers or help people with big followings monetize their following. Are you interested? And I didn't get any response back from like 3 or 4 days. But then I got a friend request on my Facebook, and he said, he goes, "Hi, how's it going? I have these fan pages," and one of the fan pages was the one that I messaged, and that one had like 600,000 likes, and the other ones he had ranged anywhere from 500 to about 1.4 million likes on the page. And he's like, and I asked him, well, are you making any money from these pages right now? And he said, yeah, I'm making about $700 a week, right? So $700 a week. And I'm like, well, what if you could add a 0 or 2 zeros onto that?
Or make that a day, and that was the other crazy things that some of them don't even have websites built up. So
he doesn't have a website. The way he makes money is he you ever see those clickbait ads where they where, like, you get pennies every time somebody clicks on it, but they're really schemy?
Yeah.
He promotes those, and that's how he makes his money, just from like people clicking on those ads or those articles.
But clearly not making their potential of what they could be doing, right?
Well, not just that, but he hates it because it's taking away. It makes his page look really schemy, and it makes it look kind of like really spammy. And he's like, if I could just have something that, like, I was like, dude, this is what we could do, and I'm about to go into that right now. So what we do is we come up with custom products for them to sell to their followers. This creates huge leverage and passive income for you as the affiliate. Then create a platform. We teach you how to connect to those influencers, how to brand and give custom products to the influencers to sell to their followers, and you share in the profit, right? So Shop Influencer is an affiliate opportunity with a customer-based product that provides passive income stream outside of recruiting. Now, this is a big challenge that I see in the marketplace right now. A lot of business opportunities, I see 3 problems. One, they don't have a real customer base, right? There's nobody that's just buying the product because they want to have it and use it outside of an affiliate program. Most business opportunities is a digital product. It's a training that just teaches you how to promote the affiliate program. Now, us at Shop Influencer, we actually have a customer-based product that just focuses on influencers and helping influencers brand themselves, and then you guys get to share in the profits, and you'll see how that works. And so that's one problem. Another thing is there's really no business opportunities out there that you can make income outside of recruiting somebody. Most business opportunities, all the money comes from you recruit somebody, they buy a product. It's very linear. They buy a product, they keep maybe paying that product, maybe make some recurring income, but if they stop paying it, you're shit out of luck. And so what we do is we give you guys an actual passive stream based on sales, not based on recruiting. So it doesn't have to do with anything like that. And it's not your sales. You're not the person that has to keep selling. It's the influencer, and the influencer has this huge leverage, so it makes it really easy for them. And so that's the third thing that I see as a big challenge in this industry is going to be a passive stream of income that's legit. Most passive streams of income out there in the business opportunity world are scammy Ponzi schemes, and they're not based on real sales. They're just based on people putting money in, and then it's like a shell game. But this is how it works. And so you can take notes on this. So imagine you and an influencer are making $10 each shirt sold. Number's not exact, could be more, could be maybe a little bit less, but yeah, so you're making $10 each shirt profit, and you create a shirt, and the influencer goes out and sells 1,000 pieces. Now you do a 50-50 split, and you just made $5,000. That's just one shirt and one influencer. Imagine if that influencer goes on to sell 10,000 shirts.
And I think that's where if everybody stops there for a second and really thinks about that, is that when we're talking about influencers, people like over 500,000 to 1 million people, and they, and if you've done any marketing on Instagram, we've been, automating Instagram for a while, but you know that it's got 40 times the engagement. So somebody just posting an image on there that we make as Shop Influencer, it can be almost like direct sales, where it could be, selling these shirts over and over again, and you're getting a cut off of that merchandise. It's like having a little Walmart store or, you know, a clothing store, but not having to have any of the expenses that go along with it. It's a pretty cool concept.
Yeah, exactly. It's no overhead for the influencer. He doesn't have to pay for inventory. He also doesn't have to pay for customer service. He doesn't have to pay for like any shipping or anything like that. He doesn't have to keep boxes of shirts in his closet. You don't have to do any of that. And so it just kind of wins, win, win. We take care of all of that. And so if you could imagine, he goes out and sells 10,000 shirts and start doing the math on that. But then now you imagine this. What if you got 10 influencers all selling, you know, 10,000 shirts or even 1,000 shirts? But then think of this is not just shirts. What if you launched a hoodie or a zip up or a jacket or something? And now you're selling stuff with higher margins. You're making more profit on each sale, and they're still doing similar numbers. That can get real crazy real quick. So imagine hundreds of thousands of dollars due to just a few influencers. Wow, awesome. How would that make you feel?
So this would make me feel pretty darn excited if I knew that all I had to do is find an influencer and, you know, help them be able to monetize their tribe a lot easier, a lot quicker with this service, and then get paid residuals. I think that would be a brilliant case scenario, right?
No, most definitely, man. It's literally the craziest, like, most leveraged plan I've ever seen in my life. I've never seen anything like this for in the opportunity world. That because and I've been looking for this, and this is the one thing I've never seen is a way, like a business opportunity where people get in, right? They join, and then maybe they start making money without necessarily bringing people in. That's just not that's kind of unheard of, even if you're just selling the products, right? But this is the thing is you actively have to sell each one of those products. So there's no leverage in that, right? So say you're in like a juice deal, right? If you go and set up one person, see, there's no exponential growth, right? You never have this happen. You never be like, okay, I'm gonna go set up George with his juice, and then it turns into 1,000 sales of juice, right? It doesn't happen. And so this gives you that exponential growth, that like crazy like explosion of possibilities for you as a affiliate, right? Yeah. So anyways, this business is not for everybody. This is not for lazy people. This is not for whiners. This is not an easy button that cash rains from the sky, even though I kind of explained it as that a second ago. But this is the beginning, right? This is kind of the Wild Wild West. And this is a pre-launch, and so we need positive-minded people that are willing to take massive action. Yeah. So let me show you what people on Shark Tank are saying about this business opportunity. Thank you so much for checking this out. I can't believe who I just ran into. This is Kevin Harrington, and so he's actually looking into being a part of what we're doing. So Kevin, why don't you tell them how you're excited?
Well, Shop Influencer, I love the concept, first of all. There's, you know, over 5,000 people on just Instagram with over 1 million followers. To go after that group as the group that will bring you affiliates is amazing. I love that. And so what I can do is bring products and services and other things to the table for those folks to be able to market, because we have kind of an inside track on the hottest, latest, greatest stuff that's out there. Yeah. So I think marrying hot products with great influencers is a win-win combination.
Most definitely. Yeah. And it gives you an angle of selling tons of products in a new place, like the newest, hottest thing. Nobody's really using influencers to move product, and we're going to be that thing. And we're going to give these people that have these millions of followers that have no way of monetizing their following. And then we have this other opportunity for affiliates to actually be able to have their own home business and be able to make revenue splits on all this. I'm just so pumped to being part of it. Working with you.
Looking forward to it. Shop Influencer. Check it out. It's going to be big.
Awesome. Appreciate you, buddy. All right. So that's pretty cool, right? He's basically bringing products on the table for us to actually be able to sell to the followers, right? So this is what this looks like. Not only are we going to have clothing to be able to sell, but then we're going to have cool stuff that he brings to the table, and these influencers are going to go, okay, well, I'd love to be able to promote this. They go out and sell a ton, and you make commissions on every single sale. And so on top of that, we are talking to Kevin Harrington about being a possible partner in this whole business opportunity, and it's going really, really well. On top of that, some other really cool stuff about being able to do videos with him and be able to hang out with him at his place in Tampa. So just kind of throwing that out there. Really exciting stuff going on. Moving on. For the next month, we will be training and gathering elite entrepreneurs so we can launch this to the world. We want you to be a case study. So can I help you make a ton of money, then show you off to the world? We want you to succeed so we can create amazing stories to sell this to the next wave of people coming in. Is that you? Now, obviously, we want you to succeed because we want to change lives. I mean, that's my purpose. This is the deal. This business, when you watch the video of Damon, right, that inspired this business. I could have literally launched this just to be a part, just to be my own deal, right? I could go get 10 influencers and sign them all up, get them to sell products, get them to do all this stuff and share in that profit, and just do it on my own and probably make, 7, 8 figures, no big deal. But this is the thing. I've been so into this business opportunity space where I help enough people get what they want, I get what I want. And so I could never see myself doing something where I'm not helping other people make money. And so that's why I decided to turn this into a business opportunity and actually involve you guys to be a part of this and to help you actually make money. So I'm really excited about that. So how much should we charge for you guys to be a part of this pre-launch? Now, we have to source all the goods. We have to hire get amazing clothing, hire awesome product designers. We have to create a state-of-the-art drop shipping system where you don't have to come out of pocket for inventory or the influencer, so it's easier to get them started. We have to create groundbreaking training. People are charging thousands of dollars to learn. And what all do you specifically get when you become a part of this? So this is what we get. You get banners, swipe copy, resource guide. You get the fundamental foundations training. You get this influencer training that teaches you how to actually go out and build a relationship and give you swipe copy that you actually can send to these influencers that's working to help build these relationships and get them to sign on to us and join our system so we can help them create their e-commerce stores and help them create their brand. We're going to do a chat training so when we do launch this into the marketplace and create an affiliate product out of this, you're going to actually be able to go out and refer people and actually make money for actually just referring the actual business opportunity to people. We're going to do a new member coaching training with you so you can help them see the vision of this whole business and how they can make money quick. We're also going to do a vision training and go super deep into your why and help you figure out your inner struggles and how we can help you overcome them to really get where you want to go in life. Like imagine, so if you had all the money in the world, what would you be doing right now? If you were able to live anywhere in the world, would you live where you're living? Would you, and these are just a couple questions that we'll be asking in this training, and you'll be taking extreme notes, and that goes back, and we'll be looking at that daily. Next thing is it's going to be Instagram automation training, Facebook ads training, target market training, how to really look at niches and how to be able to actually build super targeted niches, and brand authority training, how to do YouTube ranking training, how to basically actually take a video, put it on YouTube, and get tons of views and clicks and leads and sales from that video for whatever offer you're promoting. And we're going to have a special Facebook group just for these people at this level. And then we're going to do this. We're going to actually teach you how to become an influencer. We're going to bring on some of our influencers and have them do a training for you and how they're building hundreds of thousands and millions of followers on their pages. We're going to do a shout out training. How can you build your fan pages or your Instagram super fast? We do another niche training. We're going to do a cross-platform pollination training where you can actually build followings from Instagram to Snapchat, from Facebook to Instagram, from Instagram to Snapchat.
This stuff is like super powerful too, guys. Like, you know, I've been doing stuff with Instagram for a while, and you can completely automate this to getting 50 leads a day coming in like hotcakes, and you can make these accounts and these types of things explode yourself. Because as you start to see when you go through what, you know, like influencers out there and what they're doing and how you can reverse engineer this and recreate it yourself and you know, do this, it's pretty powerful stuff. So I just wanted to add that, Chad.
Yeah, most definitely, Gary. That's totally true, man. So if we look at the value here, this is definitely worth, I think this is actually worth more. This is probably undervaluing this, $997. We got $2,000 worth of training just in this package. We have this for almost $4,000 just for this package because this is cutting edge stuff. Nobody's teaching this anywhere else. So how much would you pay to get access to this training? Now we could charge $5,000 really to get access to this, but we really want to work with more people and be able to really help more people have success with this so that we can have more case studies. So it's not going to be that. We could charge one payment of $2,000 or maybe even 3 payments of $797. And we do have limited spots here. We are only letting 25 people in at the super discounted rate. And just imagine you will be one of the first people to see and be a part of this groundbreaking business opportunity. So imagine you could have 5 to 10 influencers signed up and selling before we even go like out to the public. So for a limited time only, we are letting people in on this pre-beta launch for, boom, one low payment of only $497. Now, let me just talk about this real quick. I've spent so much in myself. I charge more than this for 1 hour of my time. If you wanted to do an hour coaching session with me, I would charge you $797. And usually I won't do just one. Usually I have to do at least 4, and then I do it for $3,000. And so what we would do, or excuse me, yeah, so it would be whatever that math, $2,000 for that. And then usually what I really do is going to be 3 months of coaching, all for $5,000. But so your guys are going to get access to me for the next minimum month. So we can work in small groups on how you can build these relationships with these influencers. How can you get them up and going and selling shirts and being able to start making this passive streams of income? And if you don't believe that one influencer is going to make you more than $497, you're crazy, right? Because one person with 100,000 followers, even if they sold 100 shirts, right? 100 shirts, right? 100 shirts, and you're making $5 each. You just made $500. Do you think that they would sell more than 100 shirts? Do you believe that you could maybe get more than one influencer to sell 100 shirts? Could you double your money? Could you just do that in the next month? Pretty simple stuff. Now, let me tell you some of the stuff that I've invested money into. I've invested, it was $5,000 to go to a mastermind and to meet some really awesome people, and I learned a lot. But I'm bringing that all to the table here. I'm taking what I learned at that mastermind and putting that into this training. But that's not where it stopped. Then I paid, I think it was $2,300 a month for about 6 months by that individual. and to go to one of their other events, which they charged $8,000 to go to, that other people charged, or other people were charged $8,000 to go to, but I didn't have to because I was a coaching client. But so that was to over $12,000, about $14,000 that I invested into my education, so I could help you have a breakthrough in your life, business, and lifestyle. And I'm going to be there for you to help you have the success that you want for this next month or two. And then we're going to take this out and launch it to the public. And then that 25 people is going to turn into 100 and 1,000 and tens of thousands of people. And we're going to be able to go into the future with this and have events of 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 10,000 people where you're all, and you're going to start at the beginning here, right? You are the foundation to that, this is where it all comes down to. I'm just super pumped to be a part of this with you.
That's awesome, Chad. I actually sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Go for it.
We got the offer up right now inside the webinar. So you'll see the little banner there. You can click on the button that says discover the fastest way to generate a full-time income, promoting other people's stuff. Sorry about that button, but you can just click that. That will take you to the payment button to get this special price. And, you know, just to echo what Chad's saying as well, too, there is a ton of stuff in here. I myself have spent over $100,000 in my education. You know, I charge at least $12,000 to build funnels and different things like that. So you're getting a lot of value in here for a very small fee. And what Chad's saying is, you know, it's a small nominal fee to get in the ground floor of something that is very unique, very fresh, very needed, and something that is extremely targeted, and that you're going to have a very captivated audience where you can do this, and you're going to be able to make this back in no time whatsoever. And I think it's a phenomenal thing when you realize the power behind what you have on your hands here and what we've been building in the back end that is really going to sort of make this run. When you have major influencers that you get to leverage their e-commerce sales, you get to leverage their brand, their positioning, without having to deal with a lot of the complicated setup and different portions of that. And we're going to teach you some really cool things that you're going to be able to use inside your business that's going to expand you and help you get to your dreams and what you want.
Yeah, dude, most definitely. That's amazing. Yeah, there's I actually, before this webinar was even starting, I was getting messages from people saying, how do I get in? How do I get this? And so there was a huge demand of people that wanted this before this even started. I mean, just from a few Zoom calls, and it's just really exciting. Just really exciting seeing so many people be so excited. And I just hate to see you guys miss out on this opportunity because we fill up at that 25 people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, guys. So like that offer is up there. We have, like I said, we're going to be opening this up here for this week, and those of you that got to make arrangements to get your payments in, you know, you can do that. This page will be up for the next. I don't know how long do you want to keep this page up for, Chad, until we shut it down. We've got a few in here right now, so.
Yeah, so this is the thing. So we're probably going to end up redoing this webinar just due to all the technical difficulties. We might have lost some people or whatever, and we kind of know what we're doing now a little bit better. But yeah, so, you know, I don't know if we're going to sell out right away. I don't know if how many we're gonna have to do of this to really just fill up that 25. But I wouldn't take the chances. So what we'll do is we'll leave up this page for 24 hours, you know, minimum, just to kind of. But if that 25 people buy, then you know it's full. So go ahead, take action. I'm getting messages right now.
Yeah. A few pings too. So, yeah, listen, guys, if you have any questions, leave in the chat, because the chat has been going here. I've been putting some polls up as well, too. And as like Chad has been sort of going through that, you know, this last poll that we said is, you know, can we help you make a ton of money and then show you off to the world as, case studies, showing you what, the power of this possibility is, and, what is something unique there. And when you think about what Kevin Harrington said in that video, and what some of these celebrity entrepreneurs are talking about, it's incredible what you have your hands on. So feel free to ask any questions that you have in the chat. We'll be doing our best to answer. So I haven't seen any there, and we've got a lot of people, and there was a lot of comments going on in that. But if you have any questions about it, because I mean, this is again pre-launch, so we have the background, all this stuff set up. We're going to be delivering more things out here in the next little while. So you're the first people that are really getting a glimpse at this as well too. So I would recommend you take action and you do it right away, because I do know that those 25 spots will fill up, especially when we start emailing out and we hit some of the stuff a little bit harder than what we've done, and we'll keep this page up until I guess we get those spots.
All right. Well, I think we're gonna wrap it up. Just go ahead, click the button below, and it'll go take you to a PayPal page where either you can do one of two things. You can put your PayPal information in, or you can say pay with a credit card and just put your credit card information in there, and then go ahead and pay right there.
And once it's all in there, you're going to be registered to our site, which is the Shop Influencer site. And as you see, you'll see that there'll be some things that'll be changing in that site as well too. But you will be an official member. Will be notified of what who's in there and what spots you're in. And there's going to be some instructions that we'll have for you as well too as we keep going on. So
okay, I got a question coming in on the chat. It's after we pay, how soon will we be getting started? Okay, so Chanel, this is what we're going to be doing. We're going to be doing our influencer training, and that's going to be this week. In the next 3, it's either going to be Thursday or Friday, and we're going to have our influencer training. Basically, we want to sit down with you guys and teach you the right things. So what we're working on right now is we have a graphic designer to do the shirts. We're just working on that process, and then we have the sales page all set up for you guys to be able to send out there and start making sales. We just need to kind of put everything together. Thank you, Bridget. So yeah, so we're going to be getting started right away, Chanel.
Awesome. And the replay will I think what Chad was saying as well too is that we'll either reshoot this, but there will be a replay available for I think a limited time for the people that are on this webinar that have registered to this as well too. I think that will be up within 24 hours. Is that good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any other questions, anybody?
Sean Harvey says, awesomeness, guys. And Katie says that she's really excited. That's awesome. And Chris Sage says, you guys are genius. So, and thank you very much for that. Chad's got a great idea here, guys. And I think that as we start to bring this to fruition, you're going to see the power in something like this and where it can literally change some lives. So Chanel says, thanks, guys. So I guess if there's no more questions, guys, we'll leave that offer up there. It'll be up for a while. You can, if you need that, just reach out to Chad. He'll be able to provide you with those links. And you can also jump on the replay if you need to watch this over again. And those of you that may have just jumped into this room and just sort of hopped in the last bit and see this one big slide here, you probably want to go through the first part to see what this is all about. And then, just buy now.
Just buy now. You realize that this is the right thing to do, obviously. And so it's just, I just remember the first time I ever purchased something online. I had my friend actually send me this link, and I was watching this video, and this video was like, I was about 10 minutes in, and I'm like, how can I buy? I'm like, what's going on? The button is not popping up for me to buy this thing, and I want to buy it, but it's just not there. And he's like, yeah, you got to watch the whole video before you can buy. And so because I just wanted to get it. I just wanted to jump in. I had my card out. My credit card was in my hand, and I was wanting to buy, but the video wouldn't let me buy. And so I'm on the phone with my friends going, hey, what's going on? I'm trying to buy, and the button isn't popped up for me to buy. And so, yeah. And so,
yeah, it's always difficult. That's why we wanted to put this up so that people could buy now. And because the feeling of doing that is, it's that thing that, gets you started to, I guess, get on the way of where you want to go. And I think I really like this because it's a fresh idea that has got the ability to go in a very large direction very, very quickly. And those that are on the ground floor, when they buy now, it is going to, skyrocket their results when we get this thing hammered out. So I guess that's it, my friend.
Yeah, I'm just really excited about working with you guys and really helping every single one of you just have just crazy success. Because for you to have the life, because that's why I live, right? Is to give you the life that you want. That if you just imagine that dream life that you've always wanted, that can be done here, right? This is a new rodeo. This is not one of the same thing. It's so much more powerful than any other business opportunity that you've ever looked at, and I'm just super excited to hook you guys up with us, right? And so click the go ahead, click that button below, and by now you should be able to make the decision, right?
Okay, so I guess we'll stop this broadcast. That link will be up there. And we'll see you guys in there. And if you have any other questions, you can also leave it in the chat. It will be emailed to us, so we'll be able to answer all of those questions for you. That's it. Any last words, Chad? And I'll hit stop broadcast.
No, let's go.
All right.